Alright, something a little different today. I got these two engines out here on the ground, and they've been in the way. I think they've been there for over a year now. You know, and I'm starting to move stuff around, trying to make some room, more room to work. And I was thinking maybe looking at this. This one on the top is a 5S. I didn't want that, but I walked past it, and by the time we got to it, the price was down to $5. I didn't even have to talk the guy down. So we picked that up, and then in the box down there, if I recall, that was a military engine, a basket case. And I'm always curious of why they become basket cases. You know, people take stuff apart and either can't fix them or don't know what they're doing or whatever. But I think I want to look at that. Maybe we'll put that together, see what the problem was on that. So let me put it up on the table here, and we'll see what's in the box. It's funny, when I first got this, I seen this Honeywell Farms in Jamaica, New York. And I think I actually lived in Jamaica, like when I was maybe 1 month to 6 months old, or maybe a year old or something. And I was thinking I might have even gotten milk from this farm at one time, because they used to deliver to the houses. But anyway, anybody know anything about these Honeywell Farms? Let me know. I don't think it's there anymore. But when I was researching that, I found a couple of these baskets on the internet, and the basket's actually worth more than the engine, you know. And when I bought this engine, I think I gave the guy $5 for it. It was after a 3-day show, and it was still sitting there. The guy, he wanted like $30 for it, and we passed it. Me and Mike passed it a dozen times. And then he was loading up at the end of the weekend, and I think I offered him $5 for it or something like that, $5 or $10. It wasn't much, but anyway, I said when I bought it, I says, does the crate come with it? He says, yeah, take it. So I'm looking on the internet, and the crate is actually worth more than the engine. This is a big rectangular one, and they go for about $20-25. But I thought that was funny. Anybody know anything about this Honeywell Farms? Let me know. Maybe Scout Crafter. This is from your neighborhood. Let me know about that place. So, all right. Enough of that. Enough reminiscing. Let's see what we got in here. I'll start taking parts out. Okay. Let's see what we got in the bag here. Nothing. Okay. We got a coil. Anytime you buy a basket case, you know, you take a chance. You know, I asked the guy, I says, is it all there, everything the other? He says, yeah, okay. And I just glanced in here, and I said, well, there's an acorn and a block, and, you know, a flywheel, and I actually seen the cam, and I said, you know, it's all there. And it is a military engine, and military engines were built real heavy. You know, even like this cam will work on any 5S or N, and this one here, you can tell it's extra heavy duty. Let's see what else we got here. Wow. This here is like twice the weight of a regular one. That's a side plate there. All right. You guys know where that goes? Looks like an old wooden snatch block, a little bit, half of one anyway. Let me put that over here. You know what? Looks like we're gonna need more room here. So let me put this box down. Matter of fact, I'll take it out of the crate and put it on a chair or something. So hold on. All right. I'm looking at a box here, and when I bought this, initially I thought it was a 5S, but now you see the carburetor. It looks like it might be an N. And the carburetor looks good. Looks clean. And I don't know what year this is, but from the looks of this, that's a later model. That probably doesn't even belong with this, but they used that. Alright, we got the piston here. It's missing the oil ring. So it looks like the piston's a little scraped up. I mean, it's reusable, but maybe that's why it became a basket case. Alright, connecting rod. Connecting rod looks good. This holds the gas tank on. The ends, matter of fact, the ends have a round gas tank, which I don't see. So it's missing a gas tank. You know, let me get a piece of paper and start writing down stuff that's missing in case it's missing anything else. All right. So there you go. If somebody says it's all there, you know, always be a little hesitant about it. You know, I looked at this box and I seen a box of parts, and I knew what they were worth. Here's your rope starter, your rope cup, and here's your manifold, intake manifold for the carburetor. Here's your governor. Here's a side plate gasket. Looks like it actually be reused if you flatten that out. Alright. This here is also your intake manifold for the carburetor. This here covers your points, and wow, this is steel. On most of them, on most engines, they're aluminum. But like I say, the military engines were always built extra heavy. Don't know what that is. Oh, you know what? No. Don't know. We'll figure it out. Alright, there's a flywheel. Wow, flywheel's extra heavy. And, you know, usually they're all cast aluminum or pot metal or something like that, and this one actually has a steel hub in the middle of it. Like I say, everything they did was extra heavy. You know what? Let me get my glasses. Sometimes they have the dates on these things. All right. It has two broken fins. It looks like somebody broke two on the opposite side there. I hate when they do that because these flywheels are so easy to come off. You don't have to break stuff. But let's see here. Okay, here we go. I see something. Wow. You guys see what I'm saying? Let it focus in. 1943. Where's that number 13? No, that's a 43. 1943. So this is a military engine. They've probably seen action. Interesting. So 1943. This definitely isn't it, because back then they had acorns instead of this style air cleaner. Wow, didn't expect that. Alright, I don't know what this is. We'll have to look at it or ask Mike, he would know. Now here's the slinger. Even this, look how heavy that is. That's crazy. On regular Briggs engine, you know, it's just a little thin sheet metal tab, but this here is actually a hunk of metal that's bent. This doesn't look like it belongs with this thing. It's way too big. Okay. Here's another one of them plates. Spark plug wire. Here's the camshaft. So we got here. I think there's a lot more missing than he said. Now here's the block. Now, okay. You can actually see it's got the brown primer on here, which Briggs never did. They never primed their engine. They just painted them black. So that's primed, and then the outside is olive drab. Interesting. But what's more interesting is I don't see a crankshaft or a shroud or an air shroud for here. You know, the shroud for covering that. Oh, let me write this down so as I don't forget. Okay. So it looks like we might went on just with a box of parts. It's actually missing the wheel pan too. So it's missing the crank, the wheel pan, the housing, and there's a little tiny air shroud here that goes here. It usually has the numbers on it, serial numbers and stuff. And the oil pan, like I say, don't even have an oil pan. And like I said, I didn't check this out. I didn't look at it good because the guy was leaving. And I did ask him, you know, if it's all there. And naturally, he said, yeah. And here's the wrist pin. Here are the tappets. All right. I got two screws that hold the coil on. Should have 4. So I'm missing 2 of them screws, which is nothing. And here's your throttle spring. And we got one bolt. I don't know where that goes. Short stubby thing. Oh yeah, I see where it goes. Oh, I see. Yeah, these plates look like they go on the side here. They bolt on the side, and it must have held something. You know, whatever it ran. And that's what them plates are. That's why I've never seen them. But looks like this bolt goes in here. I'm trying to do this left-handed. Okay. So anyway, it's one bolt that goes there, but we're missing 3 others. And let's see here. Get the gasket, carburetor gasket, and piece of the gas line maybe. Okay. But there you go. You know what? Let's I've seen the valve tappets, but let's take the head off and see if it's even got valves. All right, I'm gonna throw you guys up on a tripod. All right, let's see what the valves look like. Holy Christ! Holy Christ! I don't know why they're so tight. This is crazy. Yeah, the head bolts on this thing are only supposed to be, I don't even know, hand tight, a little more than hand tight. I don't think I've ever seen a torque spec on these older engines. I would imagine it's only 10, 12, 15 pounds tops. Alright, let me take this top off. And as a matter of fact, somebody knows what the torque spec is for a 1943 Model N. I know it can't be that much. Christ, they're only I think 1.5 horse engines or something. 1 horse, 1.5 horse. Yeah, don't tell me what a 25 horse Briggs is. If anybody knows what the Model N torque spec is, let me know. It might even be in inches. Okay. Let me take this off and then we'll turn you back on. Alright, you still with me? We got them loose. I thought it did. Yeah, it's looking like this might just be a parts engine. I have all the parts, but you know, you hate to take them off the shelf and put them in something like this, because you use all your good parts and you only wind up with a $25, $30 engine. You know, and the parts are worth more. Like this part right here. Here's you see a cam for these things on eBay for 30, 40 bucks sometimes. 30 bucks plus $10 shipping or something. Same with a crank. Crank goes for 20, 25 bucks. All right, one more. Stick with me. Hang in there with me. Okay. All right. Well, I got you. The head off there. Let's see what the cylinder looks like. The cylinder actually looks pretty good. The cylinder actually looks excellent. Huh. It's not even any ridge for the rings. Yeah, this thing has very little hours on it. Always makes you wonder, you know, why? Alright, you know what? Let's, you still there? Let's turn it around and, oh look, it's already loose. Let's see. Let's see how the valves are. Alright, we get a screwdriver. Let me get a stool, you guys mind if I sit down? Alright, you still in view? Let me see if we can zoom in a little bit. Oop, wrong way. Alright, hold on, we're moving, hold on. Alright, how's that? Alright, let's see what we got here. I'll try to keep you in frame now, sometimes I forget. Okay, that's good. So far, so good. There's your intake valve. Let me get a light. That looks pretty good. There's your exhaust. That's pretty tough. That's pretty strong spring there. It's crazy strong. That actually looks pretty good in the seats. So the block looks good. So let me take you off the tripod here and talk to you for a minute. All right, so let's look at where we're at here. We got a basket case box of parts on a 1943 military engine that supposedly had all the parts there. So whenever you buy a basket case, always figure for the worst and hope for the best, you know, because if you had to buy these parts to get this engine running, let's see what we got here. Crank, that's $25, and oil pans $15, shroud, and these are all if you can find these parts, you know. $10 for gas tank and the shroud, and you know, I mean they're out there, but and then if you find them, say you find them on eBay, you got to pay $10 for ship on each one of these parts at least. So you're talking $65, $75 in parts. I probably have all these in stock, you know, in the shed, but is it worth putting into this engine? What's it worth when it's done? You know, it is a military engine, and a running military engine, you know, $50 tops, you know, that's all they're going to get for it. So I don't know. I think I don't know. We'll see how we feel. Maybe someday I'll decide just to throw it together, get a running engine. You know, I don't get these engines. I don't buy these engines to make money on them, because you never do. But you guys that are interested in building stuff and buying engines, you know, like I say, you can buy a whole engine, all the parts running. Well, it's not running, but probably clean the points in that one for $5. You got a $5 engine running. So that's where we're at. But for right now, I don't think we're going to put this together. I think we'll just put it in a box and put it up on a shelf in case we need parts. So it does have a lot of good parts. Like if I had to buy this, these go for, like I say, $30 plus shipping. The piston's good. The acorn is good. It's not meant for this year, but it's good. Flywheel's good. You know, it's a $20 flywheel. The head's good. You know, you're talking $15 there or so. So, and the coil, we don't even know if that coil works, right? So if you had to buy another coil, you're talking $20 there. But that's where we're at, so. Alright, what do you say? We call this done? Alright. See you guys later.